is your lab setup for tomorrow. What you're going to be measuring is the position versus velocity. The way you're going to do that is you're going to measure position using the meter stick, and you're going to measure velocity using this thing, which is called a photo gate. A little information on the photo gate. What the photo gate does is it sends a laser through, well, it doesn't hit through, but there's a laser right here. And what it does, what an object can do is pass through that laser, and when it does, it blocks, when an object passes through, it blocks this laser. And what that does for us, since we know the speed of light and how long it's blocked for, we can get a distance measurement. And since we have distance and time, we can get a velocity measurement, acceleration. So it's a good way to measure things like this. Now you'll notice that when the photo gate is blocked, it will blink red. You can see that when it's blocked. So it should always be on a non-red, it shouldn't be lighting up right now. If it is, sometimes you might see it like this when it's consistently red. There's a little button inside at which it means it's locked. So if you push the button up, you'll see my finger slide. That means it is no longer locked. So that's one thing you can check. So in your lab, you should have a photo gate, meter stick. You're going to have a billiard ball. There is a little rubber stopper at which it holds the billiard ball. You're going to have a protractor and a way to measure your angle. You'll also have a ring stand and a plank right here. Now in the lab, you're going to be marking off places on this ramp. When you do that, please do that with the tape measure, sorry, not the tape measure, the masking tape. And do not mark on the lab bench itself. I don't want you to mark it up. But you can, measure if this is 40 centimeters. You can put a piece of tape there and use it that way. And please be resourceful. This stuff is not cheap, so, use only a small piece of tape or whatever you need. The overall essence of the lab is you're going to mark off a position, which is indicated in the lab. Say this is it, this is roughly 50 centimeters. You're going to set up your photo gate at that location. So you might need to actually adjust it up and down. Make sure that the wire is out of the way. And you want it so that the ball, the center of the ball passes through the center of the laser that's going through here. So you might need to make adjustments. For time's sake, I'm not going to. I'm just going to demonstrate how this works. I'm also trying to move this wire out of the way. You can do whatever you want. Maybe a lab partner can hold this. You can tape it down. But for time's sake, I'm just going to hold it like this. What you're going to do is you're going to place the ball at the top of the ramp at some indicated location. And you're going to allow the ball to fall through this ramp right here. I recommend that you do 5 trials just to make sure everything's okay. And oops, be careful. And notice that I'm catching the ball every time I do that. That's so it doesn't make a lot of noise, etc. So make sure that you do that. And then, of course, you're going to move it down to your next location. Move this down as needed. Use your rubber stopper here for the ball. The other thing you need to do is measure the angle. I've provided you with a protractor of your ramp. I actually put the rubber band here so that I can kind of get a better sense of the angle by using the protractor here, like this. But this is essentially all the equipment you'll need for this lab. When you're done with the lab, just leave it the way you found it, and everything will be okay. And that is the lab setup. Follow the next video for the computer setup and the linearization.